Yo, what's popping, guys? You got your boy Nandra here. Welcome to another video. So for this video, I'm gonna be doing an intro to building. So one of the cards I really like a lot in Dragon, although I don't really play with it that much. Although like I always meant to play with it, I just never found a good opportunity to play with it. Is Wyrm Goddess of the Skies. Wyrm Goddess of the Skies is one of those cards that, like, I really like. Again, I really like it a lot because like it's one of those cards that like I always felt like it could have been abused. Because for those of you who don't know, she actually used to have ward at one point, but she got like stealth nerfed in creation because like giving her ward is probably a little bit too scary, just because of the whole, again, easily abused. So she's the final frontier for me because I've literally played like every other archetype of dragon. So like at some point, I finally managed to find time in order to play her, particularly because I feel like this is gonna be like one of the last like few sets where she's like great. I mean, obviously, because she's like rotating soonish, so in about like 6 months or so. Anyway, so I decided I was gonna go ahead and try to like find a deck to go ahead and like play with that. I also am on this like very big, I guess, like point of contention sort of thing, because a lot of people tell me that, oh my god, Saha Isra is what makes Dragon broken or whatever. No, Dragon is still pretty damn good, even if you don't have Saha Isra in your deck, or even just Isra at all. So I wanted to go ahead and prove that point as well. So this is Mono Dragon, aka Wyrm God of the Skies Dragon, or Wyrm God OTK. So right at the bat, 2 Blazing Breaths. We play two Blazing just because Blazing it's nice for aggro. I don't really know what else to say. It's also nice if you get it on 10 with to play Wyrm God if you need to. 3 Summoner. So the Summoner is a very big deal. Granted, you might go, oh well, the Summoner doesn't do that much for you, and no, it actually does. It helps you get the chip damage if you're going first, because it helps you get at least maybe say 2 to 3 damage. The 2 to 3 damage, it seems kind of negligible, but you know who else gets 2 damage or whatever? Scyther. Granted, sometimes Scyther will get in like 4 damage or whatever, and just be like largely annoying. But this card is nice because it helps you dig for fuel. It helps set you up for your Wyrm God turns. 3 Ayala. Again, Ayala Dragon Sword is really important. I don't think you could play ramp without her, at least not at the moment. She helps ramp you into later turns. She's also 2 PP 2/2. That's good. It does pretty much everything you need it to do. The Oracle, again, ramp dragon. Enough said. Salamander, same thing. 3 Stinger. So the Stinger thing is a big thing. So for this like in particular, you do care more about your hand size as opposed to other dragon decks, which I'm playing 3 of this, and also which I'm playing the 3 of this and also 3 of the Summoner as well, which you'll see why later. 3 Scyther. Scyther helps you get that chip damage. Scyther is also going to be very important for a card that we'll talk about as we get to the end. But very nice card. It helps you punch through wards, helps make your turn 8s, your turn 10s, all of those a little bit better. Good card. 1 Fall from Grace. So this 1 Fall from Grace is really important. So Fall from Grace is really important for the mirror, because like if they play the tilting, you kind of need to get rid of the tilting before they can like OTK you with it. Because as long as you can get rid of the tilting and pressure on the same turn, you're usually fine for the most part. So 1 Elder Tortoise. So honestly, Elder Tortoise is one of those cards that I like a lot, but like pretty much no one plays. It's one of those cards that I definitely think will maybe get better as Dragon loses their like Saha Isra, because you do actually need these Evo points, because otherwise playing some of the things that you'd like to play is a little bit too difficult. And Elder Tortoise is actually not that hard to finish your turn as people might think. Like for example, you can go Fervor Elder Tortoise, no Evo, something like that, and that's fine. Or you can go like Civil Elder Tortoise, again, no Evo, things like that. It's also very good under Wyrm God as well, because it becomes a 4/8. 4/8 is really tanky. A 4/8 that can evolve that evolves into a that evolves into a what it evolves into an 8/12, I think. Is pretty damn good for 4 mana. Scyther is good too for the exact same reason, because like Scyther when evolved will do 4 damage. Sorry, will do 8 damage. I'm sorry. 3 Civil, again, a Ram Dragon, you need it to bridge 2 turns. Forever, again, you use it to dig 4 cards. And then now we're going to be at the late game packages. The late game packages is a very unique thing. So 3 is Zernicha Dragonflame. Zernicha is one of those unsung heroes that I'm pretty sure both her as well as Wei from Portalcraft next set will probably get bitched about, just because like they basically do exactly what Ektar does, except their only conditions is that they only care if you have an Evo. They don't care about Necromancy costs. They only care if you have an Evo to support them. It's not hard to make it a turn 6 or whatever with an Evo, or maybe even turn 5 with an Evo, and just like Evo this, because a lot of times people aren't going to be playing around that. A lot of times people are actually playing around Saha Israfil, and they're trying to like put their best foot forward, and just like go ahead and just like clean up the board with the Zern, and Zern's threatening a lot of damage. Zern by itself, if you Evo and you nuke the board and you clear the board, this is 10 damage. This is 10 damage with an Evo point. That's a lot of damage. Especially when you have like Ozzy the Haka in the back and just like saying, "Hey, what's up? I'm about to kill you." Yeah. Things like that. But yeah, Zern's one of those cards that no one really plays around. That if anything, they actually play into it. Just because it's really hard to play around Dragons. Offensive board clears, like their defensive board clears or whatever, but their offensive board clears are very strong. Just because like again, they provide you offensive momentum. This card is also insane under Wyrm Goddess, because the only way they can like clear the dragons that they make off of this is with the Baja. Yeah, it's with the Baja. Like it would have to be like Baja or like Revelation or whatever. If you don't have those, you're not clearing that board. Like it has to be those and Revelation. Those Revelation and that must to clear the board. And two of those answers don't exist in rotation, and one of them is also rotating out. So yeah, good times. The Wyrm God, as I said before, you only play it as a 2 because like you have a lot of card draw to dig for it. Like this draws GT cards, and this replaces itself. So because this replaces itself, it does mean they have like a 37 card deck, and then yeah, good times. There's also a few different things that they can boost with this too. Mainly, you can boost Sybil to make it a 6/8. That's really tanky. A 4/8, again really tanky. This would be a 4/6, and then dragons you get are 8/7s. 8/7 is a lot of HP. The Frenzy Drake to make it a 14/14, and then the Ozzy the Haka to make Ozzy the Haka a 12/16. Lots of stats they can boost. It makes it very, very terrifying, just because it does all the things you need it to do. Now, a lot of times, it may get fall from grace or things like that, and you're still perfectly fine with that, just because like you do have a decent-ish amount of threats. Like as long as you can like maintain Evos for Zern, like you just like Evo Zern for days and just coast off that and have that be fine. All right, 2 Frenzied Drake. So the Frenzied Drake is another big thing, because again, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, like Frenzied Drake is trash. It won't see play in the same format with Israfil or whatever." That's not true. That's not true at all. So Frenzied Drake is actually just as good, if not better than Israfil, because like one of the things that I know people like to meet, that I know people like to say is that, oh, well, Israfil is like a 10/10 when it comes out, it heals you for 4 or whatever. All of these things that's doing, all of those things, with the exception of the base heal, which you get because it's a pamper, all of those things require an Evo and your opponent to play into it. Now, one, in order for them to have the Evo, you usually needed to have Saha or something like that go off, or you needed to just be able to just like never Evo. Now, in the past, yes, you could get away with that because Sybil used to be a 4/5, and you can just like tempo Sybil and like not evolve it, and it will still be a threat. But you can't really do that anymore. Like, and Saha's rotating, so you're also losing the ability to do that as well. Like, so a lot of times you're gonna want to use Evos or other things. Like the way that they've like set Dragon up now is that you want to try to use Evos for Zern. Like Zern's gonna be your offensive push, your offensive kind of like mid game bomb that you want to kind of coast off of. So here you just want to use Frenzy Drake to pull like double duty. Like it's gonna work as both your Israfil sort of, or maybe you can kind of think that it's like either your Israfil or your Bahamut. Now I know a lot of people are also saying, but it's not gonna full clear the board like Bahamut. Let's be real now. For the most part, generally, 4 damage. That's all you need for your AoEs to become like, you know, the gold standard. Like hell, I know a lot of people complain about all the time, and say that's like not say that it's like not a good card or whatever. But Conflag is actually a testament to this. Like anytime we see a bunch of like 4 HP units come into that game and be like a thing, Conflag shows up, gets played, and suddenly, oh, you look at that, Dragon's suddenly perfectly fine whereas like every other deck is like struggling. Same thing here. Like as long as Frenzy Drake does 4 damage, it's not hard. Is it hard for Frenzy Drake to do 4 damage in this deck? Nope, not at all. Because if you look, I'm playing exactly 6 neutrals. So oftentimes the Frenzy Drake will come out and do, I don't know, like say upwards of 6 to 8 damage sometimes, maybe more. But again, a lot of that's pretty superfluous because you're not like you're literally only going to need it to do that much if you're exactly versus dragon, and even then, a lot of times you just slam Wyrm God, they freak out, they can't deal with it, and they just like OTK them the next turn. 3 Baja. So the Baja thing is just because it's still here. This is a sort of like rotational deck. So if you don't want to play Baja because you're like setting up for like next set, you have to cut a lot of cards, which is why I chose not to do that. Like you have to cut Salamander, you have to cut Forever, and they have to cut the Bahamut. So you have like 9 extra spaces to do things with. Well, I guess technically 8 because you can just add in a Frenzy Drake and I'll like do what you need it to do. But yeah. But the Baja is still really nice, just because like the thing I liked about this is that like I just had like 5 like mass board wipes, and then when you finally run out of stuff to do, I just like play Zern and not Zern. I finally just like play Wyrm God and then just like win. Like yeah, there's a lot of like free pivoting you're kind of like allowed to get, just because like you can like recover space pretty quickly if your initial attempts to do things fail. So that's fine. 2 Ozzy the Haka. So I'm only playing 2 Ozzy the Haka just because, again, I have a ton of card draw. Ozzy the Haka is one of those cards, like, you only really want to play this card when you're ahead and not so much when you're behind, which is kind of like the folly of Storm units as a whole. Because, like, there's not really many safe Storm units at all. Like, I think the only, like, technically safe Storm unit is Jungle Warden. And that's just because Jungle Warden produces 2 bodies and they're both wards, so, yeah. But the Ozzy the Haka has a lot of nice synergy with Zern because of the way the Ozzy the Haka itself works, because of the cost reduction, which I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, this cost reduction is not going to mean much. It does mean, it actually means a lot. So, interesting fun fact, if you play the Wyrm Goddess, right, if you play the Wyrm Goddess, and you went second, or you're able to evolve other units 3 times, Ozzy Haka plus Scyther, if you somehow have a 4th evolve after all of this, which you can actually do if you're going second, or if you just like never need to evolve anyway, Ozzy Haka plus Evo plus Scyther is actually lethal. It's actually 20 damage lethal, because this will be 6 damage, evolves into 12, or sorry, 6 damage doubled into 12, and then 3 damage doubled is 8. So 8 plus 12, 20. Which is actually a really nice lethal setup. It doesn't happen that often, but I've actually been able to do it twice. Which is actually really cool. Yeah, like the deck's really nice. I do have a version of it that's in Unlimited. It's more or less the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly show you guys that as well. Yeah, this is like the Unlimited version. The Limited version, as you can see, like it uses Forte Erd as opposed to just like Ozzy the Haka. Just because like this is actually, again, this is 20 damage without Evo, I believe. As long as you find both pieces. Otherwise you just like evolve this, and then this plus this is like I don't even remember anymore. It's like 18, something like that, and that's really cool too. Yeah. The decks are a lot of fun to play. Definitely go ahead and give them a try if you possess dragon cards. Now, granted, it is kind of a slight hard investment, a little bit, because like some things, like say for example Frenzy Drake, you're only gonna play Frenzy Drake if you're playing Ramp Dragon. I don't think you're gonna play it in like mid-range Dragon or anything like that. But for the most part, the deck is a lot of fun to play, and it does tend to catch people by surprise, because like people are expecting you to play windmills right now if you're playing on ladder. So when you don't play the windmills and you just like play creatures every single turn, well, people kind of don't deal by you playing big creatures every single turn. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, go and leave a like. Go and hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Let me know what you think about Dragon and the current metagame down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the second in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys.